Welcome to the end of the alarm clock. Take a good look at that sun, because according to the blueprints found in a damp, guano-scented basement in Transylvania or perhaps just a very moody corner of Seattle-It's officially last call for daylight. We've always feared the dark, haven't we? We've rebuilt neon cities and carried glowing rectangles in our pockets just to keep the vast nothing at bay. But what if the dark wasn't empty? What if the dark was a coordinated, tactical strike team with excellent sonar and a questionable taste in insects? Enter the Billion Bat Blueprint. It's not just a plan, it's an ecological hostile takeover. The premise is simple, elegant, and utterly terrifying. A global, permanent eclipse maintained not by celestial bodies, but by a living, breathing, shrieking curtain of fur and wing. Imagine a billion with a B, bats, synchronized in a perpetual orbital dance, weaving a tapestry so thick across the stratosphere that the sun becomes nothing more than a faint, pathetic memory. It's the ultimate do not disturb sign for the planet. Physicists call it an atmospheric anomaly. The bats just call it early dinner. The tension in the air is thick enough to choke a hawk. Imagine standing on your porch at 2 p.m., watching the sky bruise from a pale blue to a sickly, throbbing violet. The birds stopped singing mostly because they've been professionally intimidated in. Then comes the hum, not a mechanical hum, but the vibration of a billion tiny hearts beating in unison. It's a bit like a horror movie, only you can't turn it off. And the protagonist is a furry creature that eats its weight in mosquitoes. Honestly, if it weren't for the impending doom and the sudden lack of vitamin D, you'd have to admire the logistics. Who knew the most effective way to cancel the apocalypse was to just cover it up with a giant, screeching blanket? We're not talking about a few strays under a bridge. We're talking about an organized, nocturnal empire deciding that the light was a design flaw. The mystery isn't just how they're doing, it's who gave them the maps. If you listen closely to the static, you'll realize it's not noise, it's a census. The blueprint details a negative noon, a state where the sun is technically there, but simply can't get a word in edgewise. Our scientists, the ones who have UNT already fled to underground bunkers equipped with high-powered flashlights, are baffled by the swarm geometry. These aren't just bats flying in circles. They are a living lattice, a biological Dyson sphere that adjusts its density based on the UV index. It's remarkably efficient. No carbon emissions, no soaring energy costs, just the occasional, terrifying rain of half-eaten moths. You have to laugh, really. We spent decades worrying about giant asteroids or rogue AI, only to be defeated by a creature that looks like a furry umbrella with a grudge. It's the ultimate irony, humanity, the masters of fire and electricity, being put to bed early by the very things we used to consider spooky decorations for our porches in October. But as the permanent night settles in, the humor starts to taste a bit like copper. The atmosphere is heavy, smelling of damp earth and ancient caves. Without the sun to ground us, time begins to liquefy. Is it Tuesday? Is it October? Is it dinner time, or are we just hungry for the light? The blueprint suggests that by day 30, the human psyche begins to adapt or crack. We start seeing things in the peripheral, shadows that don't belong to any object, ripples in the velvet sky that suggest something much larger than a bat is coordinating the dance from the center of the swarm. There's a rumor that the architect of this blueprint isn't a scientist at all, but something that hasn't seen its own reflection in 3 centuries. It's a bold career move, certainly. Turning the entire Earth into a VIP lounge for the nocturnal is one way to deal with global warming. But as the last street lamp flickers and dies, leaving us in a world of clicks and whispers, you have to ask yourself, are we the guests in this new world, or are we just the snacks left out on the counter? If you're ready to embrace the shadows and join our nocturnal ranks, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell before the lights go out for good. The Billion Bat Blueprint is only the beginning of the mysteries we're unearthing, and you won't want to be left in the dark when the next chapter drops. Leave a comment below telling us how you survive a world of permanent night. Are you building a bunker or befriending the swarm? And share this video with someone who isn't afraid of a little heavy lifting from our furry, winged overlords. Stay curious, stay sharp, and remember, in a world without sun, the only thing brighter than the moon is your own survival instinct.